Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video all about my tattoos, explaining them, the process. So I did make a video about 2 years ago. I did check because it honestly felt like it was so much longer ago, but it was only 2 years ago when I went to LA and I was there with my friend Alexa Losi. I'm sure a lot of you know her from YouTube as well. And I got my very first tattoo, which was this little tiny heart right here on my wrist. I'm sure you guys have seen it in many of my Instagram photos and stuff, and I made a whole video talking about my experience. I even filmed a portion of me actually getting tattooed, and that video has some pretty hilarious comments from people who I guess are more tattoo enthusiasts and just people that have, I guess, more experience with the whole process. A lot of people were saying it was so small that I really should not have made a video about it, and that I really didn't have any room to talk about the pain or anything like that. So I did go ahead and take you guys up on that, and I ended up getting 3 more tattoos. Obviously that's not the exact reason why, but since I did get 3 more and I feel like now I have a bit more room to talk, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in the order of that I actually got them done because it's a little bit of a story. So basically I was in Toronto, and I love Toronto, by the way. I met so many amazing friends and I'm actually going back very soon. I'm thinking of actually going for kind of a while, so if you live in Toronto and you're fun and you think we would get along, definitely go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. I've really met some cool girls like that, and I think it's really cool to connect with people in real life through these videos because I think there's a very good chance that you can kind of tell if we would like vibe together and get along. So this time around when I went to Toronto, I found this tattoo shop that I wanted to go to. It's called Adrenaline Tattoos. I went in there. They're actually open till 11 p.m. at night. So I went in there at like 9 p.m. and I tried to just do a walk-in. So I didn't schedule anything with anyone. I just came in, I explained what I wanted to get done, which was this tattoo right here, which says serendipity. And this is definitely like one of my favorite tattoos that I have. I'll definitely do like some close-up shots so you guys can see it. And the first time that I went in, I actually wanted a different font. I was really into like more of a block lettering, like very simple, very like legible font. That was kind of my big thing. So I explained it to the guy, he pulled up a font, and he basically told me that they couldn't get me in that night. They were completely booked, and I don't know why, but I kind of was like in the moment, like wanting to do it right then. So I said okay, and I went ahead and I booked an appointment for the next day with another artist that wasn't there at that time, and I kind of just thought about it a little bit, and I was kind of going back and forth in my head on if I was going to do it or not. My friend even suggested we go to another place down the street, but I just didn't feel right doing that, so I just waited on it. And the next day I got ready, I came to the tattoo parlor, and I was looking through. What are you doing? I was filming. Sorry. I didn't know you were filming. Did you see? Sorry. Have you seen it already?
What about commenting on a teammate's performance, like on the ice? What's those DMs though?
What about DMs? Like have I slid in another guy's girlfriend's DMs?
Correct.
No. There's pausing.
In order to better understand how much you cross the line and if you are in fact a habitual line stepper.
Now I got really fucked up. So the next day I woke up and I went to my appointment, and I actually was put with this artist named Aaron. Now, full disclosure, Aaron is incredible. I will go ahead and link his Instagram down below. He just made me feel so comfortable, so in control, just so calm. When I was talking to him about my tattoo, you know, my meaning behind serendipity, why I wanted it, I explained that for me I've had some experiences in life that really are very around the whole idea of serendipity. I like that it means to find something good without searching for it. The idea of luck, but not just luck, really luck plus effort, and that, you know, good things come to you when you're a good person, when you have good, happy thoughts, but then it's up to you to take those moments, to take those, you know, adventures, those people, whatever, you know, serendipity might have brought you into life, you have to kind of use that to your best of your advantage. And he was really into hearing about why I wanted it, just kind of my whole thought process behind it. Now, for the pain of this, I would say it definitely did hurt more than my wrist one, obviously, but it wasn't anything bad. He did tell me that the closer you get to like this little ditch right here, the more painful it is. So if you stay a little bit further away from that, you shouldn't have much of an issue with that. So I got that done, went home, loved it, was so thrilled. So then the next day, of course, I actually called him back and I was like, hey, I want to come back in because I have a few more tattoos that I want to get done. And my thought process behind this was, these were already tattoos that I wanted, but I had such an amazing experience with him. He made me feel so comfortable. Like I said, he he was just so welcoming and just calming and kind to me that I was like, if I have other tattoos I want, I might as well go to him. He did an incredible job, and I just really loved the whole experience that he created for me. And I honestly do think that that is a big part of it. I think when you are someone that maybe doesn't have a lot of tattoos, or you're maybe just a little intimidated by the whole idea of going into a tattoo parlor and, you know, talking to all these people that maybe have a ton, that are really versed in it, it can seem a little bit overwhelming and just a bit intimidating. And I do think there are definitely probably scenarios where maybe the artists aren't as nice or just not as accommodating or understanding, especially to, you know, your little details, or maybe if you're nervous or you're scared about it or you have questions. When I went back to him, I got 2 more, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you those now. So the first one that I got is this. Now this says, "Loved you yesterday," and it just goes down my arm like this, and so you don't see it when my arm is out, but when my arm is down by my side, you do definitely see it. I absolutely love this one. We did go ahead and decide on leaving the little dots on the end just to kind of continue it. Basically, I have a store called Loved You Yesterday. It's a vintage store that is all filled with my hand-picked items, things that I've put my love and time and effort into, and just things that I've found and things that I have searched for, and kind of like my little treasure chest, I'd like to say. But Loved You Yesterday, I think, was the perfect name for it because they all are vintage items that I feel like someone once loved. And the idea behind Loved You Yesterday is actually a saying. It says, "Loved you yesterday, loved you still, always have, always will." It's a saying that I used to say with my parents. It's very near and dear to my heart, and I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm obsessed with this one. I love that when someone sees it, they know it comes from a place of love, it comes from somewhere special, but maybe they don't necessarily know the whole meaning behind it. Of course, they can ask me about my store, but more than that, they can ask me just about that phrase and what that means to me, and kind of how I grew up saying that back and forth to my parents, and how it's something really special to my heart. So I was so impressed with this one. I will say that this one did hurt a bit more than my Serendipity. So probably in order of the ones that hurt, I would say my heart was definitely the least amount of pain, then Serendipity, then this one. But honestly, it wasn't even bad. Like, I wish I filmed it, and my friend that came with me wasn't really comfortable filming. She was a little bit nervous about the needles and stuff, so I really wish I filmed it. I definitely think I'm going to go back and get another tattoo, so that next time around when I go with Aaron, I will go ahead and film for you guys, and I maybe like interview him or something, because he's just the most incredible tattoo artist ever. He's awesome. So then the last one that I got with him is this one right here. So it's just this outline of a heart on my shoulder. I really love it. I was kind of inspired by some other people that I've seen that have similar ones that are smaller. I really wanted mine kind of large because this is a place that normally is like covered by a shirt or covered by my hair. So it's definitely somewhere where if I don't want it to be showing, it doesn't have to. But on the same end, I just love it. And as you guys know, my channel was first started as Megan Loves Makeup and then Megan Hearts Makeup, as many of you guys are aware. And hearts to me, of course, you know, they just signify love and acceptance and happiness, and I really like it. And to be completely honest, this heart is gorgeous, it's beautiful, and it puts the heart on my wrist to shame, I have to admit. This one is just a little bit blown out, as you guys can see, and it's just not super even. And that was a huge thing that I talked to Aaron about as well. He was basically explaining to me that sometimes tattoos can get a little bit of blowout, which is basically where the lines kind of blur on the edges, and that can be caused by someone going too slow, or maybe someone that's a little bit more new at tattooing and stuff. And honestly, I have to say, the lines on all of his tattoos that he did for me are so crisp and clear, and that's why I really, really appreciate him, and I really appreciate his work, because they're just beautiful. So the exciting part is I did talk to him, and I'm thinking I'm going to get this covered up. We're kind of coming up with different ideas right now. I found a really pretty one for a moon. I also found one for an eye that's really intricate. I even have toyed around with the idea of a rose or a flower kind of wrapping around my wrist, but you guys will just have to stay tuned for that. Definitely leave me some comments below if you liked any of the ideas I showed on screen, or if you have any opinions on that. But yes, I honestly think now that I have this beautiful, crisp, perfect heart, I just like don't need this one anymore, and I want it to be something better, and I want him to help me kind of create that, because now that I love my Loved You Yesterday, I think it's so pretty. I just gotta jazz that heart up because it's just not doing it for me anyways. So that's pretty much it for my tattoo video. Oh, like I did say, the one that hurt the most, for sure, this one. I don't know why, but this hurt way more than all of them pretty much combined, which is really interesting. He was kind of telling me because there is like a bone there, maybe that would kind of be the reasoning, or like some sort of the nerves. I don't know. I could honestly just like feel it in my shoulder bone, and it was almost like vibrating my shoulder, and it didn't take a long time at all, but it kind of was like traveling up my neck, the pain. So this one was by far the worst, but still nothing terrible at all. I honestly I don't like the pain, but it is slightly addicting. It's very interesting. People talk about that, and I kind of can see where they're coming from. So that's it for my video about my tattoos. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. You got some questions kind of answered, and now if you see them on Instagram, you'll know what they are, what they mean, and all that kind of stuff, and you guys are now aware that yes, now I do have 4 tattoos. So that happened quickly, and I'm definitely going to be adding something right here soon. I guess that's it for today's video. Leave me any comments or questions you guys have. I'll be on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you later. Bye!